Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome inside the NITEC Sports Center. It's time for Shreveport Mudbugs playoff hockey as they take on their arch rival in the Lone Star Brahmas in Game 2 of this best-of-5 series in the opening round of the Robertson Cup playoffs. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler and Ram pregame show. It's a quick turnaround and the quickest for the Mudbugs that they've ever faced after playing their longest game in their franchise history, pro and NHL combined. 126 minutes and, 42 seconds is when it all added up to last night. And then into this morning before Antti Ateri was able to slap home on a one-timer his first goal of the playoffs at 6:42 into the fourth overtime. The Mudbugs fall to the Brahmas, by a final score of 2-1. Shreveport outshot Lone Star 45-43. The glaring stat that really could haunt the Mudbugs in this series is their power play. They were 1 for 9 on the man advantage last night, including a 5-on-3 for 45 seconds in overtime. And I know that one really is going to bite them or bit them in the butt in game number 1. The Brahmas were 0 for 5 on the man advantage. Simo Bushler, what can you say about his performance? 41 saves on 43 shots faced. He was terrific. He kept his team in the game. Both teams got into penalty trouble, then both teams kind of eased up, and it just kind of felt like one of those games, a classic Mudbugs-Brahmas game that always comes down to one run between the two. So the Lone Star Brahmas lead the best-of-5 series 1-0. And, of course, the Mudbugs, with a win tonight, they could tie the series up 1-1 as Game 3 will be next Friday. Be sure to get your tickets. Tickets are selling fast at George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. Give us a call at 318-636-7094 or by logging on to mudbugshockey.com as the Mudbugs look to even this series up and feel good about what Game 3 can offer in this series. We'll talk to Mudbugs Associate Head Coach Michael Hill after these messages. It's the Mudbugs and the Brahmas, Game 2 of this Robertson Cup opening round of playoff series. Coming up in just a little bit, this is the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler and Ram pregame show, and you're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
You know, we only get one chance at this thing called life, so why don't we make it count? Hi, I'm Janice Watt with Generational Financial Advisors, and we're here to assist you as a financial advisor and a CPA in making those important life decisions. Starting young, saving, and investing will reward you down the road, but it takes diligence to stay the course because life happens. Buying that first home, adding to your family, and then preparing for college, all of these require a plan. We offer services including investments, life insurance, retirement planning, and long-term disability, just to name a few. We can also assist you in your tax preparation or planning along with small business services. We are an independent brokerage company with access to hundreds of products. Call me at 318-219-4188 or log into gfapartners.com to set up a free consultation. Our offices are located at 8518 Line Avenue, Suite 103 in Shreveport. Come see us and go Bugs.
Welcome back to the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler and Ram pregame show. Game 2 of this best-of-5 rivalry series between the Mudbugs and the Lone Star Brahmas. We're joined by Mudbugs Associate Head Coach Michael Hill. And, Coach, the longest game in Mudbugs franchise history, pro and NHL combined, over 126 minutes of hockey. It was a battle, and it felt like, obviously, there were some good things to take out of it, and of course maybe some things you needed to work on. Overall, as a game that obviously one will be remembered by a lot, how did you feel about it?
I felt, it was almost comical after each overtime period ended. I just was like laughing, like this is unbelievable that we're going into a fourth overtime. So, I mean, it literally comes down to one shot, and that's all. Like, we knew that, and right away in the first two overtime periods, our shot volume was nearly double theirs, because going into the OT, they had, I think, 8 or 9 more shots than us, and then after the second OT, we had like 6 more shots than them. So like our shot volume was good. It just was like a little bit of secondary effort, and you did see the one there in the third overtime, that flurry by Gotinski and Steele and Nickel, all that they had on the net front, and that's the kind of stuff we needed kind of more than often.
Talk about Hayden Nichols' goal. It was a goal near the midway point of the second period, and you were able to capitalize on that power play opportunity.
Yeah, Fleeter made a really poised play there to Vitale, and then Vitale kicks it off to Nickel, a little bit of a whiff on it, maybe hits off his skate, and then he gets a touch on it and just slides right between the goalie's wickets. And Miller was right there in case it didn't go in, but it was a great play by Fleeter to start the whole process of that puck going in the back of the net.
What can you say about Simo Bushler's effort? Obviously, he played more than 2 games, literally, and he did everything he could, stood on his head, as they say.
Yeah, unbelievable performance to see that many shots in that many minutes, and to really, keep us in there as long as he did. And true leader to do what he did there, and is for him to just stay composed and energetic and positive the whole time was awesome.
How challenging is it as a coaching staff to keep these guys mentally and, of course, physically prepared as you go into each overtime intermission? Because does it seem like the fatigue's going to wear out? You're waiting for somebody to make a mistake on the other team. Talk about managing that as a coach.
Yeah, that it was less of a mental and more of a physical on our end, and our guys, we did everything we can here on the back end of fueling the guys in between each period, and we had 2 gallons of pickle juice that guys were chugging down, and had our Snickers and all that kind of stuff going on in the back end here, which is, it just goes to show what the organization wants for the team too. That's, it's the higher ups here, the Scott Muscat and Tommy Scott, that are really giving us that opportunity to get these guys the best service that they need to perform, and it's awesome that we have that luxury in the organization to give these guys the fuel and everything like that to try to give it their all.
What was the plan today? I know we got into obviously back to the hotel in the wee hours of the morning. I know normally on a Saturday road tilt you would have the dynamic workout, you would have a set schedule. Was it more of a free schedule for guys to get their rest, get the sleep? Was that top priority in preparing for game 2?
Oh yeah, rest is a weapon, so that's the main priority there. Rehydrate, refuel, and refocus. That's basically what we did. Got to really utilize that rest, and basically stay in bed as long as you can, ice bath, hydrate the best you can, and once you get to the rink, then we'll get the legs going, right? We'll get a little sweat with the warm-up and all that stuff, but it was a full-on, you needed a rest. Playing 2 games in one night, it's really challenging. I've been in a NCAA game before where we're going into 2-3 overtimes, and I was playing in the national championship the next day, and by warm-ups I was cramping up in the warm-ups in the championship game, and I just remember that I don't think I rested the right way going into that championship game, because I obviously didn't with the guys, and they're a little bit younger than college seniors, but they might have a little bit more energy in their game than I did then when I was only 25 years old,
As far as a game 2, if you guys can come away with a victory here, it's 1-1 going back to Shreveport. You would think at the end of the weekend that would be a pretty good weekend. You'd be able to salvage that weekend and feel good about yourselves going into game 3. What needs to happen at the start for you guys to feel good after a marathon game last night?
Just need to possess the puck like we were doing in the early overtimes. I think we did a better job at playing our game and our style like that. So just got to get back to what we do best and not really rush plays. So a little poise, a little patience, possess and play with that speed with the puck.
Coach, thanks for the time and good luck tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Yoder.
We'll have more after these messages here on the Landers Dodge Jeep Chrysler and Ram pregame show. You're listening to Shreveport Mudbugs Playoff Hockey.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information. The Robertson Cup champion Shreveport Mudbugs know big goals lead to big wins. That's why State Farm agent Ben Tolis and his State Farm team are here to help you score a big goal with your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go score the winning goal and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help your life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Tolis today at 318-688-1522. That's 318-688-1522.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into the Night Tech Sports Center. Now time for the Whataburger starting lineups. Whataburger, just like you like it. First for the Lone Star Brahmas, head coached by the former Mudbug great in his 10th season as the Brahmas bench boss, Mr. Dan Wildfong. The associate head coach is Ryan Anderson. At left wing will be number 10, Nathan Mann. At center will be number 77, Mason Mara. And on the right wing will be number 26, Dylan Wild. Defensively for Lone Star will be number 55, Ray Murakami. And number 5, Jacob Karpa. And making the start in nets, he's the guy who owns the best goals against in the NAHL. The very talented Princeton commit from Connecticut. It'll be number 31, Arthur Smith. And the numbers on Smith have been impressive. He's 18-6-4 with a league best 1.59 goals against. He also leads the league in 7 shutouts this season. He's got a .928 save percentage. He is very good at playing the puck, and he has always given the Mudbugs trouble, but the Mudbugs have cracked them a few times, and they'll look to do it again, but that was predominantly back at George's Pond in the past. Your Whataburger starting lineups for the Shreveport Mudbugs, head coached by Jason Soupy Campbell in his 5th year as the bench boss. The associate head coach is Michael Hill, the assistant and goalie coach Rich Perrant, and the honorary assistant is Chris Lane. At left wing will be number 22, Kaysen Musket. At center will be number 23, Ryan Burke. And on the right wing will be number 14, Brent Litchard. Defensively for the Mudbugs, it'll be number 3, Logan Haru, and number 4, Matthew Danziger. And making his first playoff start for the Shreveport Mudbugs will be the young man from Homer Glen, Illinois, number 30, Nikolai Goich. And Goich took a tough regulation loss last Friday when he had to come in relief of Simo Bushler after Bushler was pulled within the first 6 minutes of that game. The Mudbugs were able to score 2 goals. He got tagged with the loss, but the overall numbers are pretty solid. He's 5-1-1 with a 1.25 goals against and a .946 save percentage. The one thing you worry about with Goich is the experience. He's only played in 9 games as a Mudbug, and he didn't do much talking today, kept to himself as most goalies do, and he was very focused. He was very enthused. He knows this is a big game, and boy, he'll look to live up to the hype of this rivalry. Those are your Whataburger starting lineups. Whataburger, just like you like it. Mudbugs Hockey Tonight brought to you by Porter's Industrial, delivering the difference in the Arklatex for over 20 years. Porter's Industrial strives with the utmost integrity to meet our customers' needs with quality uniform and facility services for your business. Mudbugs in their teal jerseys with the Mudbug head in front, the purple letterings, and the white numberings along the backside. The Lone Star Brahmas in their home white jerseys with the Brahmas logo in front and the black numberings and letterings along the backside. The playoff win-loss record is now 8-7 in favor of Lone Star. Mudbugs have won 2 playoff series. Both have gone 5 games. And, of course, the Brahmas knocked the Mudbugs out of the playoffs last year in 4 games. We hope everybody's awake and everybody's ready to go for a Louisiana Saturday night of hockey here at the Shoebox. Another good crowd filing in here. Lone Star keeps their lineup the same as last night. The Mudbugs made a switch. I talked to Coach Soupy about this. He's going to put in Sutton Murray in the lineup and take Aiden Dixon out. He wants that extra center for a little bit of an offensive fire punch. He wanted some fresher legs. He thought the legs were a bit heavy defensively, so he'll go with 6D, and he'll go with a 5th center tonight. And I like the call because now it gives the Mudbugs a little bit more of an offensive fire punch. And they want to be able to attack. They want to be able to put some pressure on Arthur Smith. Now we ask you, please rise wherever you may be for tonight's national anthem. A beautiful rendition of tonight's national anthem sung by Isaac Bryan, who's one of the employees for the Brahmas organization. Nikolai Goich to my left, Arthur Smith to my right, and boy, Arthur Smith always in the limelight. He was one of the top goaltenders last year, had his team 1 win away from going to Minnesota in the Final Four, got injured in game number 4 of that series against New Mexico, and then we didn't see him the rest of that series. But Arthur Smith loves to give the Mudbugs problems, especially in this barn. He loves to play the puck. He loves to be in control. And what Coach Soupy wanted to do, like I said, with Sutton Murray, extra center, extra legs offensively, and try to attack Arthur Smith and put a little bit of pressure on him and rattle his cage, because once he gets settled in, he's like one of those baseball pitchers. Once he gets past that first inning, boy, he can be on cruise control, and he can be very tough to beat. For Nikolai Goich, one of those guys who's a young goaltender, he wants to get settled in early, and of course, with the help of goalie coach and assistant coach Rich Perrant, I'm sure he worked extra diligently with young Goich. Whenever I talk to Coach Perrant, he's very excited to work with this young man. Of course, he's got a couple of more years ahead of him here in a Mudbugs uniform. Face-off is dropped and won there by Lone Star. And game number 2 is underway. About 16 hours after game number 1 ended. Now played around, back out to center. That's Danziger, and Litchard will jar it into the Brahmas zone. Karpa up off the stick of Mann as the puck slows down into the Mudbug zone behind Goich's net. Danziger to the far side there to Haru. Haru now will just softly drift it on back to the neutral zone. Took a hard hit there by Mara. Now Haru to the far side, loses his balance. Taken away there by Mara. A shot toward the net, sticked away there by Goich. Far corner, that's Burke. He's got it. He airmails it off the near side boards back out to center. Delayed offsides for Lone Star, and Litchard will lay it on back, and now Vitale's got it. Vitale can't get through the seam of Jake McDonald and Rosenquist, and the Mudbugs having a little bit of trouble getting the puck out of their own zone. It has been a bit of an issue up and down this season for the Mudbugs. Their zone breakouts all the way into the Brahmas zone to the left of Smith. Shot toward the net, tipped on its way through. Backhander. Smith's got it. There's a loose puck. And now another shot toward the net. Oh my goodness, it hit the back skate, I believe, of Swift. Boy, Smith thought he had it, and the Mudbugs had the Brahmas down and out, and they could not cash in. Now along to the left side, Swift up off the stick of Kamashak and in deep into the Mudbug zone. Into the near side, Fleet intercepted there by Matt McDonald. A shot toward the net, smothered up there by Goich. Boy, Coach Soupy's kicking himself after that early scoring opportunity. That was as juicy as it got, or as it gets rather, on Smith. Almost a couple of minutes gone by. First period tonight brought to you by Generational Financial Advisors. For more information on planning your life's needs from college to retirement, you can call Ms. Janice Watt at 318-219-4188 or log on to gfapartners.com. Park has it. He took a hit last night and got shooken up, and I talked to him this morning. He felt good as Goldie airmails a puck toward the net, glove down there by Smith, and he wants to hold on to it. Face off to the left of Smith. Early stages of the opening period. Still scoreless. Face-off tied up one there by the Bugs. Played back up top. Austin wings one toward the net. It gets blocked in front. Along to the far corner, Steele. A shot toward the net. It gets blocked, and it ricochets all the way down. Way out of his net comes Goich. Plays it off the far side boards, back out to center. That was very Arthur Smith-esque, coming out of his net and playing it back out to the neutral zone. Park to the far side to Austin. As the puck is lobbed into the Brahmas zone off the far side window. That one just skilly scowls into the Mudbug zone. Up the middle now. Here's Danziger. He'll rumble in from the left side. Throw a shot toward the net. It got blocked in front there by Oteri, last night's hero. Murakami up ahead there to Wild. Dropped off to Murakami. He comes into the zone. He flies into the left point. Now gets hit hard in the boards there by Haru. And Haru came a couple of whacks up across the back. Off to the far side. And it is taken there by Mann, and we got a penalty coming up. This one looks like it's going against Lone Star. It's going to go against Mara. Mara not a fan of it. Looked pretty textbook here. Why Oklahoma hasn't slowed down. They got an early 1-0 lead on Amarillo just 10 minutes gone by in the first. Boy, the Mudbugs power play last night was tough to watch at times. They were 1 for 9 on the man advantage. Scott, power line, power play, in effect. Early penalty against Lone Star. Face-off play back, held in there by Fleet. To the left point there to Austin. Back up top to Fleet. Across to the near circle to Vitale. Fleet to the left point to Austin. To the far corner there to Nickel. Played back up top to Austin. Now to Fleet. Fleet waits. Now he just drifts it into the near corner there to Vitale. Back up top to Fleet. They'll go to the left point now. Austin fired one toward the net. It went wide. Along to the far corner. Nickel trails it back up top to Austin. Now he'll tailor it on over Fleet, back to Austin. Now they'll work it down low near circle. Looking for the back door, had a little bit of air on it, and it's intercepted. And Lacher able to ladle it all the way down. Mudbugs had good movement around the perimeter. 1:15 gone by on Mason, or 1:15 remaining rather, on Mason Mara's slashing infraction. Danziger dropped off to Morris, who mishandles that puck. Morris having one of the great years in Mudbug franchise history. 51 points. It's up there in the 50-point club. That's an elusive club. Now Burke waits from the slot. Shot toward the net. It pinballed around. Another shot toward the net. Kicking it around now. And the puck is slung all the way down. That's a good clear there by Karpa and Murakami. Boy, Dan Wildfong having a workout behind that Brahmas bench right now. He's got the board out, and he is licking into Wild. Wild, one of his Dylan Wild, one of his prized possessions. A backhander slid all the way down there by Lacher. It'll go all the way down. One last chance for the Mudbugs if they want one. Up around to the near side now, punched through the middle. And now coming out of the box is Mara, sticked away there by Smith on a shot there by Nickel from the near half wall. Mudbugs 0 for 1 on the man advantage. Fleet flips one toward the net, it goes high. And now Mara's gonna grab it. We're back to 5-on-5. Puck pitched back out to center. Looked like Nickel got tripped up, but now Zarski has it. To the far side there to Fleet. Fleet now throws it off the far side boards. We got a whistle as Matt McDonald ran Fleet into the ice. Big hello to the Fleet family. Tuning tonight from the Mile High, Denver, Colorado. Glad to have them with us. Mudbugs lead in shots right now, 5-1. Face off at center ice. Sutton Murray on the ice for the Bugs up against Zadverniak. Tied up, one there by Zadverniak. Sutton Murray, one of those young guys that could be a promising center in the Mudbugs next year. Murray's got it, and Murray will be able to golf it all the way down. Played around to the near side, battling for playing time is Murray. He was overly enthusiastic to get the call today. Smith will saddle it around to the far side there to Kamashak. And he'll punch it up ahead there to Zadverniak. 2-on-1. Here's Zadverniak. Far circle. Thrown across. Mishandled there by Wild. Held in there by Auteri. A shot blocked in front there by Danziger. Now taken away there by Haru. Back out to center. Murakami through the middle. Over to Auteri. Auteri now gets checked hard there by Danziger. Along the end boards. Haru behind the Mudbugs net. Played back up top to Murakami. Kicked around. Now taken, and here's Mack. They might have a 2-on-1. Mack coming through the seam. And he got bumped off the puck. He got tied up a little bit. Looks like a penalty's coming up. They're telling Goich to come off. Shot toward the net. Save made there by Smith. And now played back up top. Going across now to the far side. This one's still not touched up. Extra attacker time. If Fleet wants to take it out, he can. Fleet now will walk the line. He'll go to the near corner there to Vitale. On over to Fleet. He tries to drive the net, now behind the net, played back up top. Mudbugs taking advantage of extra attacker time. To the near half wall there to Vitale. He'll throw it across. Fleet fires one, save made, rebound chance. It was touched up there by Zadverniak, and we'll get the call. 12:32 remaining here in the first period. Mudbugs look to have their mojo after the marathon game last night. It's a holding infraction. It's going to go against Auteri, who was just the big man on campus last night. The little pawn sitting in for 2 tonight. Face off far circle to the right of Smith. Second power play opportunity brought to you by Scott Powerline. Face off, winged around off the near side boards and all the way down. It's a good job there by Rosenquist. Haru will drop it on back to Morris. Morris coming around the right side. Now he works it in. He'll just siphon it through into that near corner. Battling for it there is Mara. Trying to hold the zone there is Haru, and he does. And a steal there by Mara. And Mara will rifle it all the way down. This is a very good Lone Star penalty kill unit. And we're 7th best in the regular season. They really came on of late. Fleet to the right side. A new territory for Liam Fleet, spending more time on the power play. It's a big opportunity for him. Here's Musket through the middle. He gets taken down. And the Mudbugs are offsides. Mudbugs Hockey Tonight brought to you by Fireplace Specialties. Fireplaces, gas logs, glass doors, wood stoves, inserts, mantles, and grills. They got it all. They're located at 8500 Box Road in Shreveport, or by logging on to fireplacespecialties.net. 11:33 remaining here in the opening period of game number 2. Face-off near Brahmas blue line, won there by Lone Star, and Murakami will be able to fling it all the way down. Down to 50 seconds remaining now on Auteri's holding infraction. Now to the near side there to Nickel, and they come in offsides again. Boy, the Mudbugs just can't get into rhythm early on the Scott Powerline power play. And these are squandered opportunities against a talented team like the Brahmas. Face off far, Brahmas blue line. Face off won there by Lone Star. To the near side. Oh, what a Rosenquist. Played around to the far side there to Goldie. Goldie now looking for room to get it up top. It got blocked. Now a crowd up, stolen away there by Karpa. Now Burke has it. Burke to the near corner. Played back up top to Danziger. Across there to Goldie. Back up top to Danziger. Danziger, he fanned on the shot toward the net, and it held in there by Goldie. He'll fuel it in down low there to Mack. Mack now will drop it on off to Burke. Banked back up top to Morse. To the top of the point there to Danziger. Danziger now, right point, will work it in the near half wall, flip it back up top to Morse. He'll go across there to Goldie. Now up to the near circle there to Burke. Penalty is over. Mudbugs 0 for 2 on the man advantage, and it looked like the Mudbugs were a little bit indecisive on where they wanted to go with that shot toward the net. And it looked like Lone Star didn't give them much space to work with, and they played aggressive as they slow down Shreveport's power play. Boy, the Mudbugs now 1 for 11 in this series. And that has got to be something Michael Hill has got to be able to fix. Shot toward the net. Whistles wide of Smith. Play to the near corner. Gotinski near half wall. Flag glove down there by Pruitt. And Pruitt able to spin that biscuit back out to the neutral zone. Good pressure here by the Mudbugs. They're out shooting the Brahmas 7-2. Boy, early storm for the Bugs. But they have nothing to show for it yet. Midway point of the opening period. Played off the far side boards there by Nickel in deep into the Brahmas zone. Taken there by Matt McDonald, who was very active last night. Oh, hard check along the back. Zarski came up on Masick. Puck winged in to the Mudbug zone. Fleet to the far side. Musket on across to the Edmonton native. That's Zarski. Zarski now will sky it in, and Smith will slap it up ahead. Uh-oh, here's a chance for Tepley. One man to beat. He gets tripped up. There's a penalty. Is it going to be a penalty shot? They're pointing. No. It's a trip. Dan Wildfong, I believe, was wanting a penalty shot. He's got his arms up and flailing, and Mara thought he had a clear path. Now, the rule for a penalty shot is you have to have a clear lane toward the net. It didn't look like it was there. It looked like Zarski was there with them along to the side. Boy, the official was right there to make the call. Boy, another good crew tonight, the same as last night. C. Harrington, Cameron Giancarlo, Odin Nelson, and Jacob Rosenberg, a four-man crew. First power play for Lone Star. Oklahoma up now 2-0 on Amarillo in game number 2, late in the first from the Blazers Ice Center. Face off to the right of Goich. Face off won there by the Bugs. And Haru banks it up ahead. Here's a chance for Gotinski. Oh, way out of his net came Smith. He read it perfectly. But if Gotinski got around him, that could have been a tap-in gift. That's the thing about Arthur Smith, is he will come out more often than not. Played back to Murakami. Murakami gets run into the boards. Now a loose puck. It looked like a delayed offsides, and now Gotinski will send it on back to Haru, and Haru will gun it all the way down. 120 remaining on Zarski's call for tripping. And good job there by Gotinski to hodgepodge it through the neutral zone, and now here comes Pruitt. Pruitt, always dangerous, into the near corner. He works it in. And now he'll hit the back of the netting. That face-off is going to stay in the Mudbug zone. It was deflected. With 1:02 remaining now on Zarski's tripping infraction. First opportunity of the night for the Brahmas. First choice personnel penalty kill on the ice for the Mudbugs. They were terrific last night. The Brahmas 0 for 5 last night. Face-off won there by Shreveport, and Morris able to mail it all the way down. Mayer is going to take it all the way back behind the Brahmas net and get reset. Good pursuit there by Goldie. And we are down now to 40 seconds remaining. Drop back to Pruitt. Pruitt left point. He'll work it in. He gets taken down there by Park along the near corner as the puck is slapped all the way down. Good job there by Park and Morse. One last chance now for Lone Star on their first power play of the night. 7:23 and counting here in the opening frame. Scoreless from the shoebox. Kleiser whirls it around that far side boards, and Danziger able to flip it up in the midair and send it all the way down. Kleiser, 5 seconds on the man advantage. Up ahead, here's Lacher, and it's taken away there by Gotinski. And the Brahmas are 0 for 1. Karpa has it. Back in his own end. Not much to be desired on that power play opportunity for Lone Star, and a good kill once again. And now the Brahmas are a combined 0 for 6 on the power play. Both teams have struggled on the man advantage. Now Austin will settle it back there to Haru. Haru now up ahead there to Burke. To the right side there to Litchard, and Litchard will checker it into the far corner. Must get Litchard and Burke, the energy line for Coach Soupy, trying to make something happen. Over to Zarski. Zips one toward the net. Left pad save made there by Smith. Good hard check there by Burke. Always plays with a lot of tenacity. Murakami right side. Well, forwarded up ahead. Intercepted now there by Burke. He's outnumbered. Mudbugs get a change, though, and maybe they can get some fresh bugs, and it's taken away there by Karpa as he canceled it out. And Tepley has the puck, and he'll give it back to Karpa. Shots on goal, 8-3 in favor of the two-time Robertson Cup champions. Through the middle, that's Wild. Wild coming in now into the near corner. And he'll just drop it around the far side. There to Mara, and Mara will just ring it around the rosy to the near corner there to Auteri. And now the puck taken away there by Nicky Miller. To the far side there to Austin. He got tripped up. Penalty coming up. Great draw there by Austin. Boy, the Mudbugs and the Brahmas both having some penalty troubles. Mason Mara going in. That's the second one on Mara. And the captain will sit for two more. .5:26 remaining in the opening frame. Now from the slot, shot toward the net, save made. Boy, there was a rebound on Smith. I know it's early, but it seems like the Mudbugs have been putting some good pressure on Arthur Smith. Third power play of the night for the Bugs. Face-off far circle, won there by Burke. Morris played back up top to Haru. Now to Morse, over to Haru. Played around now to the left point there to Burke. And Burke will bang it in down low. Now played around to the near corner. Puck chopped back out to center. It's a good job there by Matt McDonald, who does a lot for this Brahmas team. And now an errant pass. Going to be played there by Smith. Play to the far side there to Murakami. Or check that, Bauer Swift. And Swift will hedge it all the way down. Now Haru trying to get reset to the captain, Steele, through the middle. Steele dropped up ahead there to Morse. He'll tailor it to Haru, shot toward the net. Sticked away there by Smith. He had Goldie cutting through the net, in front of the net. Shot toward the net, went wide of Smith. Back up top to Haru. Haru, shot blocked. And Pruitt pelts it off the far side boards back out to center. Minute remaining on this third power play of the night for Shreveport. To the right side, mishandled there by Vitale. Taken there by McDonald. And McDonald will be able to filter it all the way down. Mudbugs still have time here on this man advantage. Down to 33 seconds remaining. Rifled in there by Nickel. And now played back to Park. Through the bumper. Vitale smokes one toward the net. Boy, that might have hit an iron. And now to the near corner, near half wall. Vitale left point there to Austin. Over to Park. Park pelts one toward the net. It went wide of Smith. The net now kind of got popped loose, but it got back on. And now, back the other way. Here comes Masick. Shot toward the net. Went wide of Goich. And the Mudbugs 0 for 3 on the man advantage. Boy, that is a backbreaker early for Shreveport. Played back to the right point, taken away. Held up a little bit there. Was Mara, and a penalty's coming up. Boy, the officials are going to try to keep it even, and it looks like they're going to try to keep it consistent. It's a hooking infraction as Zarski's going right back in the box. Zarski's got the same feeling as Mara. He feels like he's getting picked on. Like that troublemaker in the back of the classroom. Haru gives him some comforting words. And Lone Star will go back on the man advantage, their second power play of the night. Boy, both coaches got to be satisfied with the consistency of the officiating and the calls they're making. Face-off won there by Lone Star. Murakami whistles a shot high on Goich. And Morris able to drill it all the way down. Smith wanted to shoot it up the ice. He likes to do that a lot. Now Murakami will gas it in. Kamashok took a hard hit, held in there by Karpa. Back up top to Murakami. Now to the top of the point there to Karpa. On over to Lacher. Lacher shot toward the net from the top of the far circle. Got blocked in front there by Haru. And a good job there by Goldie to be able to chip it all the way down. 1:15 remaining on this Brahmas power play. First choice personnel penalty kill on the ice for the Bugs. Puck now just lobbed toward the net. Glove down there by Goich. Off the near side boards all the way down. And now Nickel coming in. Shot toward the net. Save made. Covered up there by Smith. Boy, Nickel had maybe an opportunity to do a little bit more than he wanted to do there as he came in with a burst of speed. Big hello to the Nickels tuning tonight from Tennessee. Glad to have them with us for game number 2. Shots on goal in favor of Bugs hockey, 10-4. Face off to the left of Smith. It's a big draw here. And it is kicked around and won there by Lone Star. Karpa's got it. They'll work it up the ice. They got 45 seconds on this man advantage. Karpa now will spike it into the Bug zone. And the puck now just struck all the way down there by the Bugs PK unit. Karpa now will gallop up across the left side, gain the zone from the left side, and work it in. Backhander toward the net, swallowed up there by Goich. And he'll hold on to it. A better crowd in the house than it was last night. A lot more Mudbugs fans making the trip. A lot of Brahmas fans. Of course, Saturday night, a little easier to come out than Friday night. .96 seconds remaining in the opening period. Puck now kissed off the near side window and all the way down. Good job there by Nickel, Fleet, and Haru. Last chance on this attack, 15 seconds remaining on the power play. Pruitt up ahead, there to Wild. Wild now will work it, fuel it in, down low there to Rosenquist. Penalty coming up to an end. Over to Kleiser. Kleiser fires one toward the net. In and out of the glove of Goich, and now he's got it. Penalty is over. Zarski's out. And the Brahmas are 0 for 2 in the early goings. Stick around for the Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show and a very spirited conversation with Mudbugs beat writer for the Shreveport Bossier Journal, Roy Lang. One of my good friends. Jake McDonald up against Burke and the near dot. And it's taken there by Burke. Up ahead there to Litchard. Litchard from the right side. He'll just rake it in. Less than a minute to go in the opening period. Play now through the middle. Jake McDonald gains the zone from right side. He'll now pivot back. Now loses edge a bit. Down low there to Zadverniak, but it was blocked off there by Park. Now one out free there by Austin. Play to the near side there to Musket. Held in there by Kleiser. Shot toward the net. Backhander. Trickled wide of Goich. It looked like McDonald tried to get a handle on it. It was bouncing a bit on his stick. Near corner now. Musket. Able to pop it off the near side glass and all the way down. It's going to be icing on Shreveport. Oh. And with 22 seconds remaining, Dan Wildfong and his Brahmas will have a face-off in deep into the Mudbug zone. Alex Savage working on something on Burke's helmet right now on that Mudbugs bench. It looked a little stressful for Alexandra Savage, our Mudbugs equipment manager. Face off to the left of Goich. One there by Lone Star. As that shot gets blocked, do the Mudbugs have a chance to skate it out? No, they hold the zone. That's Murakami. Left point shot toward the net was wide of Goich. And now Karpa holds it in and slings it into the near corner. Hard check there by Murakami. Back up top to Mira. Shot toward the net. Glove down there by Goich. With 5/10 of a second remaining here in the opening period. I thought they ran out the clock, but they didn't. Well, Mason Mira is saying 1.5. I don't know if that argument's going to mean anything. Dan Wildfong didn't back it up, so I don't think it has much substance. Yeah, you got to try if you're the Brahmas leader. Yeah, I knew the Brahmas would pull their netminder. They got 6 attackers, but they wanted 1.5. It's just going to be 5/10 of a second. Face off near dot. Face off. Oh, tied up there and a good tie up. Yeah, they did get 1.5, and Coach Soupy was not happy about that. That was tied up into the near corner. They have to change that on the clock. I mean, that changes everything. And Coach Soupy was never informed of that. And that's what Jake Macknow has just addressed toward Giancarlo's way. Was, look, we need to know that. And Nicky Miller now starting to jaw away at Giancarlo. That has to be addressed. And I'm wondering if Coach Soupy is going to say something. He's walking away. He's going to say something. Yeah, Coach Soupy, I just read his lips. He goes, look, I need to know what it is. You have to discuss that with me. Giancarlo said, okay, I do apologize. And Coach Soupy gave him a thumbs up. Sometimes you have to hold the game up if you're going to do something like that and get that fixed. Nonetheless, no damage done. We are scoreless after one period of play. Shots 10-7 in favor of Bugs hockey. A break in the action. Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show. Coming up after this. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
You know, we only get one chance at this thing called life, so why don't we make it count? Hi, I'm Janice Watt with Generational Financial Advisors, and we're here to assist you as a financial advisor and a CPA in making those important life decisions. Starting young, saving, and investing will reward you down the road, but it takes diligence to stay the course because life happens. Buying that first home, adding to your family, and then preparing for college, all of these require a plan. We offer services including investments, life insurance, retirement planning, and long-term disability, just to name a few. We can also assist you in your tax preparation or planning along with small business services. We are an independent brokerage company with access to hundreds of products. Call me at 318-219-4188 or log into gfapartners.com to set up a free consultation. Our offices are located at 8518 Line Avenue, Suite 103 in Shreveport. Come see us and go Bugs.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information. The Robertson Cup champion Shreveport Mudbugs know big goals lead to big wins. That's why State Farm agent Ben Tolis and his State Farm team are here to help you score a big goal with your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go score the winning goal and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help your life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Tolis today at 318-688-1522. That's 318-688-1522.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into the Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show special treat. I could say longtime friend of mine. I might use the word friend loosely, but Mudbugs beat writer from the Shreveport Bossier-Journal, Roy Lang. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, I consider you a friend, Chet. I mean, maybe you don't consider me a friend, but I thought we were friends. I didn't even think it was a question.
Oh, okay, well, perfect. I didn't want to overstate myself. You've been covering this team for years. Talk about this season as a whole and talk about what stands out about this team that you have noticed. You've obviously had a front row seat behind the net.
Man, it's just, it was sort of not quite as rocky as last year, and I'm not sure any season was as rocky or had such a weird flow to it as last year, but similar to me, because they weren't playing their best hockey at the beginning of the year, and then especially to me offensively just really came on, found a bunch of guys that can score, and not guys that are putting up 40 goals, but a guy on any given night that can score all 3-4 lines a lot of times, and that's just been fun for me to watch. It is just so many different guys being the guy on a certain night.
You know, the one question people ask me, and I have trouble answering the question, and Coach Soupy does too, and maybe I can ask you this, but fans always want to compare this year's team to a championship team, right? So, you know, I have a hard time answering that question. You know, of course, you have Garrett Steele and Jake Mack from 2 years ago, but would you see any comparisons between this year's team and the championship team that won it 2 years ago?
I would say sort of the balance that I was talking about. That certainly could be a thing. Great goaltending. I mean, both of the cups in the NAHL have been, you've had great goaltending, but just not a guy, and that's just been the Mudbugs forever. I mean, Chet, even when they went back to, you know, their professional days, it wasn't a guy. I mean, you had a bunch of guys, and that was Muskett's theory, that was John LaFerre's theory, it was Zerny's theory when they come to this league, and it's now Soupy's theory. It's not about one guy, one line, or even one goaltender. So I would just say the balance for me is going to be a huge thing if the Mudbugs are going to make a run, and I think that's a great feather in their cap.
You talk about how it's not one guy, it's many guys. Who is one guy that you think is going to be big in this postseason, and of course in this series against Lone Star?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You know, as much as I just said it's not about one guy, there has been a guy who consistently has just, I don't want to say surprised me, but impressed me. That's Drake Morse. I mean, every weekend I see him producing offensively, and I'm not even getting into what he does other than offensively, but I just think that's a guy that you have been able to rely on that is going, hey, if they need a goal, if they need a great pass, if they need an offensive spark, he's been a guy that can provide it. So he's been a lot of fun to me. And then, you know, personally, you know, I'm impressed by a lot of these players, all these players, in fact, on this roster. But, you know, and I'm not alone in this, but Kaysen Musket getting his first chance in the postseason to me is a lot of fun. I mean, I've seen that kid since he was yay high. I've seen his hockey career develop, and then I've seen him score his first goal, right as you said, right in front of us down here. You know, he got his first fight last weekend. It's just a special story, and one that I'm not sure a lot of people outside Mudbugs community sort of appreciate, but they should, because a homegrown kid making it to this level and just in his first year succeeding, that's going to be a fun thing. If he can do something special in the playoffs, especially in this building, what a story it would be.
A guy that I really like, and I've talked to you about him before, and you're a big fan of is Ryan Burke. And I feel like he's a guy, and I make this comparison, and it might be lofty, but I think maybe by next year he could reach that plateau, kind of like a Braden Dorfman. Dorfman led all points out of any Mudbugs in a season with 59. Do you see the comparisons between the two as far as the vision of the ice and how they see it and how they are able to kind of lead their team in their line?
Chet, when they had the scrimmages here in front of before they had even whittled down the roster, the season ticket holders got a chance to see 8, 9, 10 games, whatever it was. I texted you and I said, who the heck is Ryan Burke?
That's the first.
That was the person. I was like, who is Ryan Burke? And I was impressed, and Soupy downplayed it, Muskie downplayed it, because to them it's not about just scoring, it's not about offensive. There's so many other parts of the game that they felt that he had to be on board with, and clearly he has been on board with that. And he wears number 23, by the way. He's doing the number justice. That's terrific.
That's your favorite number.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. So, but Ryan Burke has just been so much fun to watch this year. My wife loves him, and maybe a little too much, but Berkey has been great. His offensive skills and his vision, like you mentioned, are something that we just don't see at this level very often.
Let's talk about goaltending, because you always have to have it in the playoffs. And for Simo Bushler, a guy that saw a little bit of time last year, he had that one playoff game, and of course Bobak took the brunt of the starts, and then it felt like Bushler kind of carried the momentum that Bobak had all season last season into this season. What is it about him, and what's the key for him to be successful in this playoff run?
Well, he's a great goaltender. Obviously, the number one thing is the guys in front of him. That's first. You don't want to leave him out to dry. So if he's going to succeed, it's going to be in large part to the guys in front of him. But he is remarkable. He's so calm. I mean, when we watch him, give up a goal or whether they score a goal, I mean, his facial expressions don't change. He doesn't fist pump. He literally shoots the water bottle up in the air, watches the droplet hit the ice, and that's it. And I'm sure that's key to being a great goaltender. You don't really want to be up and down, but I just think his poise has been remarkable, and his records speak for itself. 6 shutouts, 28 wins, both single season records. And he's not playing every night. That's the crazy thing. I mean, he's not playing every night. Did he play most nights? Sure, but he's not playing every night and still got those records. But his poise, and he said it today in the media luncheon. I mean, he has to remain poised even though there's a lot more pressure.
Let's look at the other side of the coin in Lone Star, and we've seen, these Dan Wildfong built Lone Star teams. We've seen how good they are, and of course, I think they won a championship in the Mudbugs' first year, and they've always been on that doorstep to win another one. They feel like they have a different team this year, and everything you hear the whispers, but they're not as good as they were in years past. But Dan Wildfong always has something up his sleeve. He has a different team this year, but he has great goaltending. What is the key for them, and what can they do to slow down the Mudbugs, in your opinion?
They look a lot like the Mudbugs, and there's and I'm not talking about this year necessarily. I'm talking about every year. I mean, it's just, he learned under Muskie. Soupy learned under Muskie. I mean, they're mirror images of each other. They really are. This is the first year, honestly, Chet, this is the first year where I felt like the Mudbugs had I don't want to say significant, but noticeable advantage on Lone Star. I thought the Mudbugs were the better team, and you could tell they were the better team. Not that the Mudbugs couldn't beat Lone Star in a 5-game series. Right. They've done it twice. But I'm saying, over the course of the year, I was always like, man, Lone Star's really going to be that team. This year, if I was on the other side, I would be like, Shreveport's going to be that team. How do they stop it? They got to go 4 lines deep, Chet. They got to go 4 lines deep. They have two great goaltenders, just like Shreveport does. But are they as deep as Shreveport? This is the first time, I believe, going into the postseason. The answer is no.
And looking ahead, I mean, you wrote for the Shreveport Times for so long. Now you're in the Shreveport Bossier Journal. Talk about how it's been different for you. Has it been different at all, or has it really been more the same? Because, I mean, obviously, I read your pieces every time you publish them. It feels like more of the same, but it feels like, you've been able to maybe do different things. Has it been different for you?
It has definitely been different. I mean, going back a little bit with the Times, I mean, heck, I used to come to practices, used to cover practices. There'd be 4 or 5 stories a week. And I loved it. I mean, I was truly a beat writer, on top of everything, or like to think I was anyway. Don't get as much time just because the outlet doesn't want 5 stories, on the Mudbugs every week. And I get it. I mean, the business has changed. But I still have fun. Love going, talking to the guys. Love telling the great stories. And I've always sort of made it a tradition to tell the players' stories during the postseason and bring out the best stories come postseason. So I think you're going to see that. We're going to get a couple player profiles, try and give you some insight on who these kids are, what they want to do, and why they're successful. But in the end, the franchise has just been top-notch from the first day that I started in 2003 covering this team until now.
A lot of people know you, and I know we all know you as the writer, but you're also a full-time caddy. That job, just from an outside perspective, seems pretty illustrious. Like, it seems actually pretty much fun. You get to travel, you get to have fun, you're on the green, you get to hang out with maybe one of your best friends, PBJ. Talk about that experience on what that's like, because you were doing it on the side before. Now it's a full-time gig, and when your paycheck rests on how good your golfer is, that makes it interesting even more.
Well, it's probably not quite full time, but it's as close to full time as it ever. I mean, I used to just do it part time. But the number one, let's get the paycheck thing out of the way. I told Philip when we started, when he turned pro, I'm not going to do this for the money. Do I want to see you go win the Masters and you collect $4 million? And hey, the caddy gets 10% of that. That's great. But if he were to win the Masters, the number one thing I would think of is that, look what he's done. It wouldn't be about the money or me or anything like that, but he's letting me fulfill a dream, which is to sort of continue that competitiveness. I'm competitive to a fault when it came to sports my whole life, and he's just doing things that are so much fun to watch, and I feel like I'm a part of it, have been a part of it for 7 years or whatever it's been. We've done some really cool things, and however long it is that I do it, as you mentioned, he is a great friend, and he's a great person, and I still wouldn't be on his bag if he wasn't a great person. It has nothing to do with him as a golfer. He's great. His family is wonderful. And, he could have won 3 Masters by now, and if he was a jerk, I wouldn't be on the bag by my choice, really, honestly. So it's been a great team, I believe, and it's just been a great thing for me to get the juices flowing on the golf course again.
Well, before I let you go, how's your golf game?
It's non-existent. A lot of people thought that when I started caddying for Philip, I would start playing more, and I actually start playing less. Number one, I don't have as much time, and I'm too competitive. I don't go out and play golf for fun. I wasn't built that way. My dad was, I wasn't. It has to be about competition and being your best. And without practicing, I can't be my best, so it's a really bad circle to be in, and so it's non-existent.
Are you surprised when people assume I can skate and play hockey just because I'm a hockey broadcaster? Because I can't do either.
Well, wait a minute. I thought if there was a scratch that you were the next man up, weren't you? I mean, surely I could just go take your place.
Oh, yeah,
booth, right?
Not a problem.
Just give me a mic and get some oh my gumbos in there and claws up, and anybody can do it, Chet. I mean, you work for a hockey team. Surely you can win a couple face-offs.
That's Roy Lang of the Shreveport Mudbugs. Always of a good time, and you do a great job covering the Mudbugs for the Shreveport Journal. Thanks for the time, and enjoy this playoff run.
You are the man. Claws up.
On that note, we'll take a break, and we'll be back with more after these messages here on the Brookshire's Food and Pharmacy First Intermission Show. This is Shreveport Mudbugs Hockey.
We only get one chance at this thing called life, so why don't we make it count? Hi, I'm Janice Watt with Generational Financial Advisors, and we're here to assist you as a financial advisor and a CPA in making those important life decisions. Starting young, saving, and investing will reward you down the road, but it takes diligence to stay the course because life happens. Buying that first home, adding to your family, and then preparing for college, all of these require a plan. We offer services including investments, life insurance, retirement planning, and long-term disability, just to name a few. We can also assist you in your tax preparation or planning along with small business services. We are an independent brokerage company with access to hundreds of products. Call me at 318-219-4188 or log into gfapartners.com to set up a free consultation. Our offices are located at 8518 Line Avenue, Suite 103 in Shreveport. Come see us and go Bugs.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into the Nitech Sports Center. Shots 10-7 in favor of the Bugs in a scoreless opening period. Second period coming up, and it's brought to you by DeFata and Associates, Investigative and Risk Analysis Services. Personal matters, child custody cases, internal theft problems within your business. Just call our main man, Jerry DeFata, at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case, or log on to defatapi.com. I would say that was a squandering opening period for both teams. The Mudbugs 0 for 3 on the man advantage, and Lone Star was 0 for 2. The Mudbugs will skate from right to left. This is the long change for both teams. Well, if you're the Mudbugs, you like that opening period, especially after a 4-overtime marathon. It'll be Ryan Burke and Mason Mara at center ice. Puck dropped and won there by Mara, and we're underway here in the second. Litchard gets sandwiched up. Burke trying to cut and jump the zone. The puck now taken there by Mara, and Mara able to force it into the Mudbug zone. Played up ahead. Muskie gave it away. It was stolen away there by Mara, and Mara flings it out of play. Game 3 of this best-of-5 series will be next Friday night at George's Pond in Hirsch Coliseum. Be sure to join us for playoff hockey at George's Pond in Hirsch Coliseum. We also have the We're Born for This playoff shirts, and I heard we're down to 100 available at the Swamp Shack, so come on out, get your shirts during the week from 9 to 5. The Swamp Shack is open. Of course, they're always open on home game days as well. But, boy, those shirts have been selling like hotcakes. Austin will slide it to the far side there to Miller. Miller through the middle. He'll drop it up ahead there to Austin, and Austin will just feed it in behind the Brahmas zone. Jake McDonald over to Leitcher. And now taken there by Kleiser. Behind Smith's net now, Oteri has it. Oteri, little trouble there with Mack up his back. Up off the near side boards, back out to center. A minute gone by here in the middle frame. Near half boards, Austin got tripped up there by Kleiser. Now Austin to Morris, and Morris will soccer it into the far corner. Smith's going to play it behind his net. Oh, boy, gave it to Leitcher. Leitcher had to come back for it. Leitcher had a goal last night, which was the quick response after Hayden Nickel got his first of this postseason, the only goal the Mudbugs were able to get. Off the far side window, that one came out on Zarski. Boy, it was close, but it looked like it was the right call. A minute 35 gone by here in the DeFata and Associates LLC second. If you want to celebrate your next birthday party at George's Pond, you want to rush and get it in as the ice is still in. Private party times, private ice times are available. Give us a call at 318-636-7094 and celebrate your next birthday party at George's Pond. Just ask for the very lovely Miss Lauren. She's the best, and she'll take great care of you. Dan Wildfong trying to get his guys lined up correctly. Far Brahmas blue line is where this draw will commence, and it's won there by Zadverniak. Kamashok taken away there by Gotinski. Now he'll tap it around to the near side. Steele tries to get position. Up along to the far side, Murakami. Off the far side, intercepted there by Nickel. Across there, Gotinski in front. Save made there by Smith. That was off the stick of Steele in front. And Smith able to flag it down. Faceoff will stay in deep into the Brahmas zone. Faceoff tied up, one there by the Bugs. Oh, tough angle there by Musket as he puts a laser beam toward the net, fought off there by Smith, and it goes into the protective netting. Oklahoma on top of Amarillo 3-1 now. 7 minutes gone by in the second from OKC. Oklahoma looking to go up 2-0 in that best-of-5 series. And if you think about how Amarillo ended the season, you thought that series maybe would have been a bit tighter. Still a lot of time left in that game, but still a lot of time left for Harry Mahood's club. Plenty of time in this game. Early stages of the second, still scoreless. Wild can't get it out. And now Pruitt up ahead off the stick of Mara. In deep, should be icing on the Brahmas, and it is. .213 shoot up here in the second. Brahmas 0, the Mudbugs 0. Miller to take the draw. Face-off one there by Miller. Mack. Oh, pass up top. It got taken. That's a hand pass on the Mudbugs. And Zarski tried to hold the zone. Mudbugs Hockey Night brought to you by Buffalo Wild Wings. Remember, Wings BOGO Tuesday, boneless Wings BOGO Thursday. Happy hour Monday through Friday from 3 to 6. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beers, sports. Mudbugs looking to even up their best-of-5 series, as the series will shift to Shreveport next Friday night. Mack will whack it off the far side boards. Played in there by Smith behind his net. Up to the far side. Far corner now. Down low there to Vitale. Battling for it along the end boards. Mack trying to get in there. And now taken there by Kleiser. Up ahead there to Jake McDonald. Across there to Kleiser. Shot toward the net. Bad save made there by Goich. And now they overskate the puck. Oh, Miller couldn't handle it. And now Mack will just softly play it back to Zarski. Zarski will weed whack it around to the near side there to Fleet. Over to Miller. Miller along the left side. To the right side it goes to Zarski. He'll smoke it in. High bouncer behind Smith's net. Well, the Mudbugs have to like the way this game is going so far despite the scoreless affair. They've been able to generate some chances, and Arthur Smith doesn't look as comfortable as maybe we've seen him in the past. Puck thumped into the Mudbug zone. Taken there by Haru. To the near side there to Goldie. Up ahead, intercepted there by Murakami. He read it. And now over to Tepley. Shot toward the net, blocked. Can Morris run with it? Up ahead, he's outnumbered. And he'll just softly dish it into the near far corner, rather. Now Goldie played back up top, intercepted there by Bergeron. Bergeron now will advance it up ahead there to Tepley. Tepley has it scaled through the middle behind Masick. And it's taken there by Nickel. Swift up ahead there to McDonald. He lets it go. And Austin has it up along to the near side. And Mudbugs able to get it out to center. Puck now directs toward the net. Goich makes the stop, but Lone Star was offsides. The Mudbugs have 2023-2024 season tickets on sale. Want to be sure to jump on that and get your ticket plan for next season of Mudbugs hockey. You can do it two simple ways: by giving us a call at 318-636-7094 or emailing our wonderful director of ticket sales, Miss Kimberly Jacks, Kimberly at mudbugshockey.com, and get your tickets. Plans are available, but they are running low. Mudbugs have a very, very deep season ticket fan base. Now Burke drop back, tied up there by Zadverniak. Now tripped up there as Matt McDonald. Litcher trying to get through, and Zadverniak up across the far side boards. Now kicked around there by Kamashak. He gains his zone from the left side. He takes a hard hit there by Zarski. Boy, Zarski dropped him pretty good along the inboards behind the Bugs net. Taken down there was Zadverniak. And now Fleet trying to just smooth it up off the walls, and he does. Litchard behind Burke. So Burke will take a U-turn back and drop it off the Fleet. Back to Burke through the middle. Here comes Burke. He stick handles his way through. Along to the right side now. Pass broken up there by Wild. And Wild will be able to jab it back out to center. In front of the Mudbugs bench now. A little stall along the walls. One out free there by the Bugs. There to Vitale. Through the middle, taken away. 8 up there by Mann. Boy, Lone Star hasn't had much opportunity here in the second. Still early in the middle frame. Haru played off the near side boards, taken away. Backhander toward the net there by Karpa. Got blocked there by Danziger. Just looking for an opportunity. They don't mind dropping back to a, intercepted through the slot shot toward the net. Blocked. Now Lacher to the left point there to Karpa. Now down low there to Jake McDonald. And touched up ahead. Oh, good stick there by Vitale to pistol it down into the Brahmas zone. And Smith window shops it off the near side window all the way down. Well, Smith very active on the puck. And now played up ahead, chopped over to Morris. Morris with a burst of speed. He comes in, they get onside with Goldie. That line had a lot of production late. Shot toward the net. Right pad save made there by Smith. The penalty coming up. It looks like a hooking infraction on the Brahmas. It's going to go against Masick. 4th power play of the night. Power play brought to you by Scott Powerline, and The Mudbugs need to start powering it up. They are 1 for 12 in the series so far. .640 gone by here in the DeFata and Associates LLC second. Face off. One there by Mack. He throws it toward the net. It goes wide. Now played to the left point. Waiting for it. Into the near corner. Played on back to Haru. Near half wall there to Goldie. Across now, far circle toward the net. It gets blocked. And now near corner. Played back up top to the left point. Waiting. Haru. Across there to Morris. And he fanned on it. And now Swift will rifle it off the near side boards all the way down. Down to a $1:20 remaining on Masic's hooking infraction. Played around to the right side. Here comes Nickel with a burst of speed. Into the far corner. Tied up there with Pruitt. Along the wall now. Musket works it out free, and Park can't hold it in as had a bit too much steam on it. Park will take it all the way back behind the Mudbugs net. Play to the left side. That's Austin. He'll angle it in. Slowed down there by Smith. Oh, it tied up Smith's but pads. Got in between his skates. That was a weird spot. Held in there by Miller. Oh, great stick there by Rosenquist, but the Mudbugs hold the zone. Back up top to Austin. To the right point, Park. Powers one toward the net, blocked. And Rosenquist can't clear. Now, near circle. Centering feed, chopped at, whiffed there by Mira. Down low there to Miller. They'll work it around the horn there to Musket. Oh, he lost the edge on the handle on that. And Rosenquist will rattle it all the way down. Oh, Musket very upset with himself. Cannot hold the zone. Penalty coming to an end soon. 5 seconds remaining on it. And now, far side there to Zarski, and the Mudbugs are 0 for 4 on the man advantage. Boy, it has got to eat up at the Mudbugs. Coming around, toe drag, shot toward the net, save made there by Goich. As by Smith as Gotinski came around the short side. Forgive me. Now far corner, Lone Star a little bit on their heels. And now it's turnaround shot there by Steele. Blocked, and Zadverniak able to squib it all the way down. Hard check into the boards, and Fleet's got the loose change. Through the middle, left side, Goldie. He'll just rip it in. Behind the net, Morris. Oh, great poke check there by Smith. Poke it out of trouble. He's very active with his stick. Along to the right point. Now taken there by Bergeron. And he's able to gash it all the way down. Dan Wildfong needed a wholesale line change. Now tripped up there was Haru. He got kind of tied up there with Zadverniak. Now to the near side. Oh, hard check as Marino took a hard hit. Danziger, far side. Hard hitting going on. Morris scaled up ahead there to Miller. Oh, good stick there by Shields to get it back out to center. Now through the middle, that's Tepley. He'll be able to barrel it into the Mudbug zone, and the puck gets the protective netting for a break in the action. 9:43 to go here in the DeFanta and Associates LLC second. And we'll keep it here. I thought we were taking immediate timeout, and now we will. No score from the shoebox. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
As a business owner, you know it's important to stay ahead of your competition to succeed. One dishonest employee providing poor customer service can send your business to the penalty box. DeFata and Associates has over 20 years of investigative experience that can help you monitor your employees and investigate losses that may be keeping you from reaching your goals. Whether you need GPS tracking, investigative shopping, integrity testing, or you're experiencing losses caused by theft, DeFata and Associates can help. Give them a call at 318-635-9944 or check out their website at defatapi.com for more information.
Welcome back into the Nitech Sports Center. Shots on goal in favor of the Bugs, 13-8. We are scoreless. This was around the same time when the goals came from each team in a hurry last night. Face off far Mudbug blue line. Nickel to take the draw. It is a 4-2 Warriors lead now with 6:15 remaining in the second. Yeah. 9:43 remaining in the second. Face-off won there by Lone Star. Now to the near side. Now Rosenquist will spin it. That disc into the Bug zone. Austin's got it. Mudbugs have been controlling the play. Intercepted. Jake McDonald jolts one toward the net. He shot it wide. And now Miller to the far side there to Park, and he'll dribble it on back to Austin through the middle. Austin near side, mishandled there by Miller. And now Wild up ahead through the seam, looking to use the D as a screen. Backhander, and Goich read the play perfectly and made the stop. 9:01 remaining in the second. Stick around for the Nicky's Mexican Restaurant post-game show. Don't drink the water or try our margaritas today. Nicky's Mexican Restaurant, a proud corporate partner of Mudbugs Hockey. Face off far circle. Deep in the Shreveport zone is won there by Burke. Burke, one of the better face-off draw guys in the league. Well, he can do so much with the puck, and I feel like he's going to be really, really good next year when he returns as a Bug. Mara along to that far half wall. Looks like a penalty's coming up. This one's going against Burke. Boy, the officials have not shied away from whistling it down. Boy, shooken up now. And this is not good for Lone Star. Is that Mara? Yeah, it's Mara. It's the captain. Checking from behind is what the call is from C. Harrington. As Mara shaken up, he gets up on his own power and he skates off. And it just looks like he had the wind knocked out of him. And yeah, Mara's going to the back. He's going to follow the athletic trainer into the tunnel. And we'll keep an eye out on number 77. Third power play of the night for Lone Star. Mudbugs win the draw, and they're able to work it all the way down. Now in deep. Man around the horn to the left point there to Murakami, and he can't hold his own. Oh, taken there by Gotinski. He wants to skate up with it. He's outnumbered, so he'll just spank it into the near corner and kill off some more precious seconds on this power play opportunity for the Brahmas. $1:20 remaining. To Burks checking from behind infraction. Carpa down low, taken there by Park, and Park will whisk it back out to center. Lacher over to Carpa. This has been a very struggling Lone Star power play unit pretty much all year. Up ahead there to Goldie. There's a chance. Here's a shot to the net. Right pad save made there by Smith. Point blank on Morris. Back the other way. Here comes Wild. And good stick there by Park. And Park able to pump it all the way down. Oh, boy. Morris had a good look at it as he came around the far side. And the pad of Smith was strong there. Rosenquist will settle it in to the far corner as Mara's back onto the ice as the puck is lodged out free there by Gotinski. Now up ahead there to Rosenquist. Dropped off there to Wild. Near circle shot. Left pad save made there by Goich. Now along the end boards. Looks like a penalty's coming up. And now extra attacker time for the Bugs. Nickel across. Musket through the slot. He whiffed on it. And it'll be touched up as Burke comes out of the box. And we'll get the call. Brahmas now 0 for 3 on the man advantage. 5th power play of the night now for Shreveport. It's going to be Jackson Wild. .6:34 remaining here in the middle frame, brought to you by DeFata and Associates. It has been penalty filled, but it hasn't burned the other team yet. 5th power play of the night, brought to you by Scott Powerline. There's a warning going on to Kaysen Musket's direction about his positioning. Now far side. Dylan Wild in the box for cross-checking. Through the middle, Park to the right side there to Litchard, and Litchard will leak it in. Played there by Smith. He stumbled off the far side window. Held in there by Austin. Austin now will just rake it in down low. And now tied up behind the net. Played out free. Now Park has it with a little space. He'll set it up. Good stick there by Pruitt. Oh, taken down there was Musket. We got a penalty coming up. Musket drew it. It's a holding infraction on Pruitt. And the Mudbugs with another 2-man advantage in this series. This one a lot longer than it was last night. Coach Soupy and Michael Hill now getting a game plan together. It's a holding infraction on Pruitt. 80 seconds of 2-man advantage time. Dan Wildfong starting to jaw away at C. Harrington. Not a big fan of that call. Huge opportunity for the Mudbugs here. Boy, the face-off draw is so big here. Face-off won there by Lone Star. Murakami off the near side boards all the way down. That's a big draw. Victory for Lone Star. Now Burke comes in over to Morris, sticked away, and Burke's got to reset. Mudbugs have time here. Along to the right side, that's Morris through the middle. He'll work it left side and just gun it in. Slowed down there by Smith. He wants to dump it all the way down, and he will. Right back to the neutral zone. That's a risky play from Smith, but it worked. High risk, high reward. Now Burke will settle around to the far side. Settled down there by Mack. Mack waiting. Far corner, drifted back up top to Haru. Haru, far corner. There to Burke. Burke now waits And he fans on it. Now over to Haru. Haru smoked it toward the net. Save made there by Smith, and the puck is chopped all the way down. Dan Wildfong trying to get a change real quick. 20 seconds to go. 2-man advantage time. Oh, the Mudbugs stumbling a bit here. Here they come now. Miller to the near half wall. Losing his edge. There is Vitale. Up ahead there to Mara. And Mara will just kick it in. One of the penalties is over. And now 5-on-4 for 40 seconds. Wild up across. Mishandled there by Nickel, but he'll settle it down. What a turning point in this game. And Nickel tried to go to the top point, to the right point, but nobody was there. Oh, boy. Now Vitale settles it down there to Park. Across there to Austin. To the near corner there to Nickel. Back up top to Austin, to the right point there to Park. Now to the far corner. Vitale can't get much on it. It was blocked in front there by Murakami. Played back up top to Park. He settles it down. Penalty coming up to an end soon. Now tied up toward the net. Kicked around through the slot. The puck was dished wide. And that'll do it. And the Brahmas kill. A 2-man disadvantage for 80 seconds. What a squandered opportunity for the Mudbugs. And the power play continues to haunt the Mudbugs in the early stages of this series. And now Murakami with a burst of speed, the momentum shifting. Shot toward the net, stick save made there by Goich. Now Fleet up ahead. Both teams' benches, everybody on their feet. Now Kamashok behind the Brahmas net. Far side, held. Score! Steal! What a perfect feed from Gotinski! And Steele rattles that baby home! Steele's first of these playoffs. Mudbugs 1, the Brahmas nothing. Steele from Gotinski and Zarski. And the goal comes at 16:48 of the second. And the captain makes his mark in this series. Great work from the captain.
Shreveport goal scored by number 18, Garrett Steele. The assist from number 9, Logan Gotinski, and number 2, Tristan Zarski. Time of the Shreveport goal, 16:48 of the second period. That's Steele from Gotinski and Zarski.
Steele's first of these playoffs from Gotinski and Zarski, who set it up. And the Mudbugs lead 1-0 here in the shoebox in game number 2. Mudbugs 0 for 6 on the man advantage tonight, but they're able to take advantage of a kind of a transition goal off the power play. Now a shot toward the net. Right pad save made there by Goich. Along to the far side. Boy, the shift after a goal, so hungry for Lone Star. Now tripped up there by Masick. He goes down. And Lone Star was looking for a call. Puck now slapped in to the Bug zone. There, Wild across. Mishandled there by man. Now loose puck, far side. Haru will racing on Bugs hockey. Face off from the right side of Goich. One there by Lone Star. They have it. Shot toward the net, they score! That was a shot from the far corner there by Wild, and it tips in front, and we are tied. Zad Verniak got the tip in front, and we're all even 1-1. Zad Verniak from Wild and Karpa. And boy, Lone Star, just like last night, not much Goich can do there. Looked like it deflected up top on him. Boy, that is just the Brahmas working hard after a goal given up, and it's always dangerous. And we are all even. The goal comes at 18:35 of the second. And just like last night, 1-1 game in the second. Zad Verniak's first goal of these playoffs. Kamashak and Jakub Karpa get the assists. And now the Mudbugs looking to respond. And nope, Karpa's got it, and he throws it into the Mudbugs bench. Down to 1:01 remaining here in the second. Shots now 16-13 in favor of Bugs hockey. Boy, what a series this has been so far. Back and forth, back and forth. Mudbugs score at 16:48, and then the air shot in front, score! Nicky Miller finds the back of the twine right in front, perfect feed. Mudbugs 2, the Brahmas 1. Another big time answer, and this one delivered from number 16. Nicky Miller from Mack and Vitale. And the Mudbugs with an answer of their own. Miller's first of the postseason. And it's a humongous one, as it gives the Mudbugs the lead back in a late period goal. It's going to sting in Dan Wildfong's club. Mack and Vitale did the work, and the Mudbugs now lead 2-1. .23 seconds remaining in the period. Up ahead, 3-on-2. Here comes the Brahmas. Zad Verniak's centering feed got blocked. Now a tie-up along the end boards, 5 seconds. Not much happening here. Now played out free, and Morris will just hold on to it. But Nicky Miller able to blister home his first of the series. And the Mudbugs get a late tally in the period, and they now have a 2-1 lead after 2. Shots now 17-13 in favor of Shreveport, and they will take a 2-1 lead into the locker room. Stick around for the Sonic Drive-In second intermission show. The Bugs 2, the Brahmas 1. This is Shreveport Mudbugs hockey.
Hey, this is Chet Yoder, voice of the Mudbugs. DeFada and Associates Investigative and Risk Analysis Services has been conducting professional private investigations for over 20 years. They offer a full range of services to both individuals and businesses. Whether you need an investigator for a personal matter like a child custody case or you suspect an internal theft problem with your business, DeFada and Associates has the experience, training, and knowledge to get you the information you need. Call Jerry today at 318-635-9944 to talk about your case or visit them online at defadapi.com.
You know, we only get one chance at this thing called life, so why don't we make it count? Hi, I'm Janice Watt with Generational Financial Advisors, and we're here to assist you as a financial advisor and a CPA in making those important life decisions. Starting young, saving, and investing will reward you down the road, but it takes diligence to stay the course because life happens. Buying that first home, adding to your family, and then preparing for college, all of these require a plan. We offer services including investments, life insurance, retirement planning, and long-term disability, just to name a few. We can also assist you in your tax preparation or planning along with small business services. We are an independent brokerage company with access to hundreds of products. Call me at 318-219-4188 or log into gfapartners.com to set up a free consultation. Our offices are located at 8518 Line Avenue, Suite 103 in Shreveport. Come see us and go Bugs.
The Robertson Cup champion Shreveport Mudbugs know big goals lead to big wins. That's why State Farm agent Ben Tolis and his State Farm team are here to help you score a big goal with your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go score the winning goal and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help your life go right. Call State Farm agent Ben Tolis today at 318-688-1522. That's 318-688-1522.
Sterling Dental Center is a proud partner of the Shreveport Mudbugs. I'm Dr. Emil Janu, and my experienced staff and I will handle all your dental needs, from routine cleanings, x-rays, cavities, toothaches, and more, with the best and safest treatment out there. We are a family here at Sterling Dental Center, and we treat our patients like family. We welcome many forms of insurance. Come get your next dental appointment at Sterling Dental Center in Shreveport by calling 318-688-1040 or logging on to sterlingdentalshreveport.com.
Welcome back into the Sonic Drive-In second intermission show. We're joined by one of our favorites, long-standing corporate partner, Jerry DeFatta from DeFatta and Associates, LLC. We appreciate you joining us. It's been a while since we've done this.
It has. I'm glad to be here. I always enjoy visiting with you and talking about my company and Mudbugs and other things we got going on.
And, first and foremost, I want to thank you for being a corporate partner and, hanging on with us through COVID, through everything we've been through, all the challenges we've been through as an organization and what we've been able to, persevere through. You've been by our side, and we do appreciate that very much.
Well, I enjoy supporting the Mudbugs. Huge fan, my whole family is. But we, everybody has to stick together. When we get into these tough times, businesses of all types, we've got to support each other in our local community to make sure we all succeed.
And talk about what's been going on at DeFatta and Associates. Obviously, for us to succeed, you need to succeed, and talk about some of the successes that you've had at DeFatta and Associates.
Yeah, it's been really busy, which is a good thing. We always got room for more business, though. One of the things unique about my company is we do all types of investigations. We try to gear things or specialize in helping businesses and other business partners prevent fraud and problems within their business caused by the an employee theft or poor customer service. We've got several unique services that we offer those businesses. One in particular is a lot of companies can't afford a full-time security or loss prevention department, or even a person that they pay a salary to every week. But we have a program where you can sign up with us and we become your in-house security or loss prevention company, so that if you need something, we're there. We're familiar with your business. We recommend that when businesses sign up with us, we go in and do a fraud prevention and security assessment of the business, try to help them with policies, procedures that might improve their security overall, just their fraud prevention, if you will. And we look at that both from an employee and a customer point of view. We also do things like, occasionally we'll go in and we'll send a undercover investigator in that your employees don't know as a customer, and let you see firsthand what that customer experience is like, to make sure that not only everything is getting entered into the sales system like it should, but it also helps you from a customer service point of view. If there's certain things that you want your employees telling your customers about, or specials that you've got, we can go in and check that. But we do other things that are very obvious to the employees, such as we'll go in and maybe do a parts audit. If you sell a particular product and you have inventory, we'll go in and do spot checks like cycle counts, so that you know where you're at inventory-wise. What this does is it increases the employees and your customers' perception of the efforts you are taking to prevent fraud. One of the keys in preventing fraud of any type is awareness. Make your employees, your managers, your staff aware that you don't tolerate it, and that helps improve it.
We're talking to Jerry DeFatta from DeFatta and Associates, LLC, one of our proud corporate partners of Shreveport Mudbugs hockey. Talk about some of the things that talk about where you guys work at, because you're always out of town. People don't know, like, well, look, do I have to be in Shreveport? Can I be in Marshall? I'm just naming. Guys, expand as far as your services are concerned, because problems do arise, or these kinds of problems do arise outside of Shreveport too.
Absolutely. We've got customers all over. We cover all of Louisiana, obviously, with all of our service. We have a partnership with a friend and mentor of mine from the Dallas area, and can cover all of Texas. So I do a lot of traveling. I work all over. We have an alliance with investigators all over the world. And if you have another branch or a separate location that needs help, we can usually help you in that location, even if it's through another investigator that we trust and know.
And you guys have multiple, obviously